So rescheduling is the last phase of scheduling. And just like pre-scheduling, you have to break down rescheduling into multiple different components. I know Home Care Pulse is very big on data, founded on data. Every agency should be data driven. So some of the metrics that we're tracking are call outs and lateness. And by using data, tracking trends, you're better able to predict what's likely to happen in the future. So once you're really using data as part of your rescheduling operations, you're going to know, all right, I am scheduling 100 shifts a week as an agency. We're probably going to have this many call outs in the course of a day and this many call outs in the course of the week. And once you're really able to fine tune that data and track the lateness, track the call outs, you're going to know X of these call outs are going to happen in the morning, Y are going to happen in the afternoon, and Z are going to happen in the evening. So you could really prepare, make sure that your big board is robust enough to support these schedule changes and not be caught off guard. It's all about being proactive and not reactive. Probably the most important part of rescheduling is having a process in place that works for your agency so that you're not responding to each individual schedule change on an ad hoc PRN basis. You know, at a long-term companion, we have a process in place. It's been in place for years, and we're not being reactionary. When we have a schedule change, we're sending out a blast through ClearCare, an open shift invitation to pre-screened, pre-matched caregivers that meet that client's needs. Then we're starting a text message and a phone call system. All the while, we're doing a dynamic bonus system that increases as the shift start team grows nearer. And we're doing this every single time. And we're very fortunate in the sense that most months we're able to staff 100% of the shifts, of the thousands of shifts that we have scheduled. And it's not by luck. If we were responding to everything in different ways, we'd never be able to attain this. But by having this system that is tried and true, it really helps so that you're not caught off guard when something happens. Part of rescheduling is also kind of being a little brave and willing to make changes. So let's say that we have a client that lives in a difficult coverage area or they have difficult care needs, and it's a shift that I've been trying to staff all week, and it's tomorrow or it's today, and it's just looming large. It's purple and ClearCare, and I want to fill this purple shift and have it scheduled. What are we going to do? I'm probably going to look at some caregivers that are already scheduled, identify a caregiver that would be a really good fit for this client that might be in a difficult staffing area or that might have a limited pool of caregivers that could meet their needs, and make a change. So I'm going to ask this caregiver who's scheduled to work with the client who has an open shift. Then I'm going to find a replacement caregiver to cover this client that is now newly open because they have an easier care plan or they live in an area that's easy to cover. And that way, everybody's covered. Everybody's covered with a caregiver that could really meet their needs and provide the level of care that we need to be provided. It's not ideal. You know, you don't want to create moving parts and you don't want to make changes, but sometimes it just is the best move possible. Part of rescheduling, and we mentioned it at the top of the program, is communication, right? Schedule changes are inevitable. As much as I would love for every schedule to be static and never change, that's not reality. So when you have a schedule change, communicate with your clients. Call your client, say, there has been a schedule change. I'm working on it for you. As soon as you know who's coming in, call your client again. Tell them who will be there. Tell them why you feel as though this caregiver will be wonderful for them. And you're doing this because you don't want your client to be upset with you. It could be their first shift with your agency or their 10th year with their agency, and they're looking forward to their favorite caregiver to be there. But without communication, what's going to happen is you're going to have a new caregiver who arrives for work that day, and your client's going to be upset, and it's not going to be a good day for anybody. So just by having a little consideration and communicating with your client, you're setting yourself up for success. And the last part of scheduling is just rescheduling, is being accessible 24/7. You have to have a process in place. We have a one dial phone number that a caregiver calls. They need help with the client. They're calling out for a shift. They're going to reach a member of the admin team. They're not going to reach a member of the after hours answering service that may or may not patch the message to an administrator. They're going to reach an administrator that knows their needs, knows their clients, and is able to help with rescheduling. And this is a solution that we hear from our newest caregivers that many other agencies don't have. And I think it's just so simple. There's never really an excuse for your caregiver needing support and not being able to get it.